your podcast host, Keegan, and this is your podcast for all mental health, addiction, recovery issues, and topics. And today, give me just a little second because I got to hit a button here, go live, and go hit another button here, and refresh, and scroll down, and make it public because I don't know why I don't do that. Anyways, hey there. So if you were watching, which you weren't on Facebook, on my personal page, thank you, me, for doing that. Uh, but I just got done speaking with Willie. He is a child of Holocaust survivors. I don't know what it is with me getting Holocaust stuff on lately, but it's really cool because I love history and it's scary that it could be repeating. But anyways, with all that being said, what he was talking about was intergenerational trauma. So intergenerational trauma is, like, well, it says intergenerational. It goes from generation to generation. And that's what he wanted to emphasize, was that his parents didn't willingly and acceptingly like hand him the trauma, like saying, hey, here's some of our problems, good luck. They didn't do that. Instead, what he said was that they were damaged. He said that they were clueless and useless. But essentially, what he was really trying to say in a nice, playful way was saying that they didn't know any better. They couldn't do any better because they didn't know any better. And that in turn affected every aspect of his life, which in turn affected every aspect of his life thereafter. And it just really culminated into one thing after another because, like I kind of put in, uh, like a little analogy, is that trauma is kind of like a snowball or tacky tar ball. That was a weird little tongue twister. I don't know what that was, honestly. But if it goes downhill, then it's just going to pick up more stuff as it goes, and it takes a lot of work to stop it from going down in the first place, but trying to stop it and or push it back up is a considerable amount of work. And he's been doing that. So it's really cool to hear that he went through all of the stuff that he did, all of the stuff that his parents went through. And then he didn't know much about his parents' stuff until he started doing research. And then he put the pieces together, and then he was able to say, oh, I actually have a bunch of trauma myself because it all just exploded one day. And man, I can't imagine that kind of trauma exploding like it did for him, because finding out that your father forgot he had another daughter, like, wow, that's a lot of trauma. And I can't even imagine putting myself in those shoes because I've never experienced anything so bad. So yeah, it's literally unimaginable for me because my brain just can't comprehend it. It's like comprehending infinity. It's just mind-boggling. There's no such thing. All I think infinity, it's just nothingness, emptiness, because I can't fathom it. And intergenerational trauma kind of goes like that too, because it affected every aspect of his life. And that's how it goes with trauma in general. It will affect one area and it will bleed over like some evil virus of sorts, right? And for him, after he realized he had all this trauma and he started doing all this other research, he decided, I'm going to take all of this and I'm going to do something with it. I'm going to create something with it. And that is just freaking awesome, because creating something is the first step in, well, manifestation. It's the first step in really just taking a step in the direction you want to go. It's the first step literally in creating your own reality. And so he is sitting there creating his reality by building this memoir of all this trauma that he's been through, his parents have been through, and 6 million other people have been through. And then now he's writing this other book for other people that are childs of Holocaust survivors and even grandchildren of, which is really cool. And he said he's interviewed 98 different Holocaust survivors' children's, and that is cool. And he said he's even got some grandchildren's in there. And he said that for the ones that were not actively trying to break the cycle, the grandchildren were faring off much worse than the children of the Holocaust survivors. So it just goes downhill. But he's sitting here and he's creating this avenue. He's creating a community for people to come out and actually speak about these kind of things, because he even mentioned it. His parents were damaged immigrants, and so he didn't really feel like he could actually sit there and be part of a Canadian kid. And that right there is enough to traumatize anyone. I mean, I wish I were a Canadian kid. Maybe I would have been Wolverine. Wait, is that how it goes? Or is it Deadpool? Or is it both? I forget now. No, hang on. Wolverine is Australian actor playing a Canadian guy that's American. So I don't remember. Him and Deadpool are like. Anyways, don't break the fourth wall. Off topic. Intergenerational trauma is something that I wish more people knew about, but not enough people know that it even exists, and that's the thing. And he's creating this community where people can come together and actually speak and shout out. So him and Ben Lesser are doing important things for the world, because this giant wave that was the Holocaust, this tsunami of the Holocaust, is leaving all these different little ripples all over the place, and these little ripples are turning into waves of their own. And they may be small, or they may be few and far in between at the moment, but they are growing. People are getting a voice. People are finding their voice. People are learning that they have other people that are similar or that have the same background. And this is bringing people into more power, and that scares some people. Let's just be honest. But Willie is really just taking control of his life again, and it's honestly inspiring. So be sure to check out that whole episode with Willie and learn about intergenerational trauma. Check out his book, Out from the Shadows, Growing Up with Holocaust Survivor Parents, and check out his Substack as well. Don't forget to check out retrievingsanity.com. Check us out on YouTube, Spotify, anywhere else you can find your podcast. And let's see. Well, can't think of anything else, so I guess that's the end of this aftertake. So thank you for listening to Retrieving Sanity. This is Keegan with WDJY 99.1 FM. Just kidding. This is Facebook and YouTube. Come on, y'all. Sean.